Hey.
Hey everybody, welcome to Second Life. My name's Sean Andrews and this is my avatar. Today we're going to be exploring some places in order to get some ideas for my obstacle course idea. So here's a maze. I figured this would be kind of a good idea in order to get people started learning the basic controls of how to work Second Life. So the maze will kind of help just guide people using walking and figuring out how to get around. In this area, there's no flying allowed, so we have to really walk around in order to explore. So, we'd start off just learning the basic key controls. As you can see, there's pictures along the walls, and I could have writings on pictures like these in order to just explain to people how to use the controls, and even use maybe some audio in order to give cues. I'd also like to include trivia questions throughout the obstacle course at the end of each station. So right here we're just learning the basics of walking around, and then we'll start to look around different areas in Second Life for other ideas and how to operate and use some of its functions.
Hey.
Hey again, so here we are on the ESC island. As you can see, we're in front of one of the houses that is copied from a real-life house on campus. So to go on, once we figure out being able to walk around, I just wanted to use this place to show some basic ideas of being able to, open doors, walk, manipulate your character so you can walk upstairs. For someone who's never done this before, it can be a little difficult, but just it's a good thing to be able to get a handle on, so everything goes a lot smoother. So and after the basics of being able to do that, here we have an elevator, and if I right click here, touch it, and I can go to the basement.
Okay.
In here I could perform some basic things. If I right click on one of these seats, I could sit here. So again, all very basic things, but stuff that I could go ahead and use in my project just for each obstacle in order to accomplish this one task at a time. Starting at very basic beginner things, and then slowly we can work our way to harder things, in which we're actually building and using scripts to create. In addition to learning basic commands, there's also learning about your avatar and how to get items and outfits and being able to edit all those. So we could also have part of it learning how to put on different clothing or changing textures and what you're wearing. Okay, and as you can see here, right now I'm at Lake Tahoe, a mountain area. We've got this couple that's over here on a hot air balloon, so that's just another thing that we can do. Here I've got a snow tube. If I sit in here, for some reason the snow hasn't really rezzed on here. My computer's been a little slow, but from here we can usually start riding down the mountain. So I'd like to be able to use this kind of script in order to add it to, whoop, there I am. Add it to a snowboard or skis, or we have go-karts. We have all sorts of different obstacles. There's another place in this Tahoe area where you can ride a horse. So just a lot of fun things just to add to the obstacle idea and make it fun and interesting and learning at the same time. Alright, so here I found this floating box in the sky in the ESC campus. This here shows a bunch of different shapes that you can make and manipulate. So this could also be part of the process here. So I was thinking of creating an obstacle in which you have to build a shape in order to fit it into a certain hole. And once that's done, you accomplish that, then you can move on to the next obstacle. And again, I would like to have different trivia questions. So that's sort of like a twofold obstacle course where you get trivia questions and you also get to learn the basics of how to use things in Second Life. So here I am in the floating sky at Todd's basketball court. So these just give some more ideas and different obstacles to add to the course. So just a couple things I want to talk about is different award systems. If you complete the course, you could get a badge. Also, by getting all the questions right for the trivia portion, there could be other badges for that, just to sort of give a feeling of accomplishment. And the learners that this obstacle course is targeting could be of any age. Mostly, I would like to use them for my tutoring students as a way to have group discussions or individual one-on-one lessons where we could talk in a face-to-face environment by using our avatars. And if they're not familiar with the program, this would be a great way to get them learning the basics quick and easy, and fun, of course. The second audience I'm looking at could also be ESC students who are using these programs for the first time or just want to learn some new functions. The different classes could use my obstacle course as a way to just get people used to moving around and being able to manipulate the camera. I think the camera would also be another thing where maybe there's something small that you need to zoom in on in order to read effectively. So learning how to fine-tune things like the camera is a really good skill to know. Also, once you get into flying, I know Todd was working on getting into the hoop. This could be one of the little obstacles. You could just fly and drop right through, and that would trigger moving on to the next obstacle. So here's another interesting thing that we could use. This is called the physics balls, in which we could take these and click them and manipulate and drag them around. So this would be another thing that we could have to maybe get it into a goal or something like that in order to move to the next obstacle. We could also give out badges based on how fast you complete the obstacles, and people can compete to be the fastest to get through it. So it makes just a little extra fun.